Hello everybody, my name is Joel Aguilar and I will be facilitating the Making Peace with God Fellowship alongside Chris Rock for the next year. I am excited to engage with each one of you through the different learning activities that we have prepared. Today, I want to spend a few minutes going over the program overview. This will help us to better understand what we're getting into. Let's begin with the program outcomes. As a result of this interdisciplinary conversation, as a learning community, each of us is responsible to develop a customized rule of life that features a way of seeing, doing, and being that frees us to make peace with God. We will find a way of seeing that calls us out of the myth of scarcity into the liturgy of abundance, a way of doing that calls us out of theory into practice, a way of being that calls us out of rivalry into peacemaking. And finally, our way of seeing, doing, and being will set us free as a community in mission to love and serve. This framework has been developed for over 25 years by a global network of grassroots leaders in vulnerable urban communities, all asking what we call beautiful questions. As the poet E.E. Cummings said, the beautiful answer is always preceded by a more beautiful question. Together, we will be asking a series of beautiful questions as we make peace with God. There is a gift that animates this program. It is the way we see and celebrate good news in hard places. This is the charism of the Street Psalms communities. And as fellows, you are now part of that community. This is why we invite you to teach us how you celebrate and see good news in hard places in your specific context. We hope that we will teach one another how to see and celebrate good news in hard places around the world. The fellowship conversation is just that, a conversation. It is a conversation that, as Karl Barth would say, holds the world in one hand and the word in the other with love. The conversation is made up of 7 dialogues. Each dialogue has 7 sessions. The invitation is to come to the table with open and honest hearts and open and honest conversations about what matters the most to us. Throughout the conversation, we will participate in an integration project that we are calling the Rule of Life. This project will help you name your way of seeing, doing, and being that frees you to do things you never thought possible. It will also serve as a vocational compass. It will help you discern the shape of your vocation and call, which is why we're asking you to meet with a vocational coach each month throughout the program. This program has been designed with 3 rhythms in mind. There is a daily, weekly, and monthly rhythm. The daily rhythm is all the spiritual practices that you are already doing, such as prayer, reading, writing, and the application of everything you are learning. We are asking you to focus your daily rhythms on the content of the program for this year. The weekly rhythm is the cohort engagement. We will be engaging each other in a 90-minute weekly Zoom call and participating in online forums through the learning management system that we have in place. Finally, the monthly rhythm is an invitation for you to meet with a coach to engage in vocational discernment around 3 vocational questions. The first question is, what is your greatest gladness, or what gives you life? The second question is, what is the world's great hunger, and how do you connect to it? And the third question is, who is your community of friends, and how do they call you forth and sustain you? In our experience, call and vocation is discerned at the intersection of these 3 questions. This program is designed to help you discern the shape of your vocation and call. There are 25 ordained members in the Street Psalms community who have engaged in this process and will be delighted to be a conversation partner for you. If you do not have a coach who you can engage these questions with, we're happy to connect you with an ordained member of the Street Psalms community. Here you can see a list of the assigned activities that will be part of our learning experience. At the end of this year, you will receive a certificate of completion as long as you fulfill each one of these required activities. In order to prepare for the orientation in September, we are asking you to do some pre-work. This is very important because the content and place of the conversation can be a little bit overwhelming at first. You'll notice that the bulk of the conversation is focused on the weekly audio reflections. This provided the basis of the conversation. Please come to the orientation having completed the following. Listen to the first 6 audio reflections. Take notes and perhaps keep a journal of what stands out and why. Read the sample rule of life that gives you a model for the kind of resource you will create for yourself. Begin your rule of life by writing a guiding prayer for the program. 1 sentence. You'll notice that we provide a host of going deeper resources. These are not required, but we highly recommend and encourage that you invest in this, your time. For each dialogue, we have curated 1 theological text, 1 story, 1 movie, and 1 poem. These resources will be referenced throughout the program, and we highly encourage you to engage them as deeply as your life permits. We recommend that you come to the orientation having engaged the following book: Willie James Jennings, After Whiteness, An Education in Belonging. We also encourage you to engage Brian McLaren and Gareth Higgins, The 7th Story, Us and Them, and the End of Violence. We encourage you to engage the poem City Psalm by Denise Levertov. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. We are excited to engage you in this conversation. We are thrilled with the idea of forming a learning community with you. See you in September for our orientation dialogue. Again, my name is Joel Aguilar, and our co-facilitator for this fellowship will be Chris Rock. Thank you very much.